The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. Yeah. 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 The Timmy James Show.
Yeah! The Timmy James Show! Yeah! Don't fuck with me. Yeah. The Timmy James Show. My wisdom tooth still hurts, even though it's not there anymore.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm making anything. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck about what you say.
Alright, stop. Hello, welcome to the Timmy James Show. Sorry for stopping the theme song, but we've got more pressing issues to talk about. Probably looking at the title of the episode. You probably already know what I'm going to talk about. Harvey Weinstein. Now, there are probably a few people out there, a handful of people, who are listening to this podcast, and you guys are probably thinking, Tim, why has it taken you so long to come out and say something about Harvey Weinstein? Well, as you heard in the little intro there, theme song, where I was singing along with it, and I said my wisdom tooth still hurts even though it's not there anymore. Yeah, well, yeah, I've still got a lot of pain in my mouth because, like, for those of you who don't know, I just recently got I got one of my wisdom teeth taken out, and it ain't fun. But anyway, you can hear more about that in the episode for this one, which is appropriately titled "Ouch, My Wisdom Tooth." Yeah, yeah. Alright, anyway, let's get to business, shall we? Now, Harvey Weinstein. I'll just save this. Oh, I can record in the background. Awesome. Ooh, cool. I'm happy. Alright. Makes it a whole lot easier. Alright, now, Harvey Weinstein has actually been, like, well, I don't really need to say much. It's been out there for over a week now. 2 weeks to be exact. Pretty sure it's 2 weeks. I don't care. It's been long enough. There's been heaps of people coming out and talking out against Harvey Weinstein, because there's been people it's basically like the Bill Cosby thing all over again. Harvey Weinstein has been he's basically a predator. He's a rapist. And he's like the greasy Hollywood scumbags that you hear about. Like, you hear about in Hollywood, even from, you know, old Hollywood. There was even scumbags like that in old Hollywood. Like, a young girl, like, she'd move to Hollywood, and she'd be like, oh, I want to become a movie star. Certain guy would come up, let's just say this guy's Harvey Weinstein. He'd come up and be like, so, you want to be in a movie business? No, I'm not trying to do a Harvey Weinstein impression. I'm just being a stereotypical Hollywood exec. So, you want to be in the movie business? Yes, I do. Well, there's something I'm gonna need you to do first, and alright. I'm not gonna finish that. But yeah, anyway. Basically, if you guys don't know, some of you probably listening to this might be young actors who are already in the business, or you want to get into the business. You gotta watch out for creeps like this, because they'll say, like, oh, I'm gonna make you a star, but you're gonna have to pay this small price. Like, and then they start by like, oh, you're gonna have to sleep with me and all that. Like, yeah. And the weird thing about Harvey Weinstein is, it's not just women who have come out and spoken out against him. It's alright. Yeah, it's not just women. It's men as well. There's been men and women who have come out against him. Come out and said stuff against him, basically. And I just found this, like, because I wanted to see how many people have actually spoken out against Harvey Weinstein, like how many celebrities. And there's actually a fair few. And when I say a fair few, I mean, it might be more now, but like this People magazine list, it's a list of almost everybody who's come out and said stuff so far. And it says this is updated on the 13th, and I just want to check something first. What's going on with my microphone? It keeps making, on my iPad, it keeps making weird noises. Alright, alright, I don't care. Could be this. I may have to switch headsets. Maybe get my white headphones, but I don't want to get up out of bed because I'm currently laying in bed at the moment because I'm in a lot of pain. I just got searching. Alright. So that article came out on October 13. Now, The reason that it inspired me to speak out now was because I wasn't going to speak out until I heard something from one person. And that one person was Kevin Smith, because most of the people listening to this podcast know, like, most of you guys know that the reason why I started a podcast, or, like, I wouldn't have started a podcast if it wasn't for Kevin Smith. Because I heard his podcasts, and I'm like, oh, I want to try and do that. And he keeps telling everyone, oh, do a podcast, it's fun. So I'm like, oh, I'll try and do that. And I've been having fun. So anyway, here's the article. And it won't mention Kevin Smith in the article, but basically I just recently, and when I mean recently, I mean like half an hour or an hour ago, I listened to Hollywood Babylon, which is one of Kevin Smith's podcasts that he does. And they basically, I think they do it every Friday, or almost every Friday night. They record it every Friday night at the Hollywood Improv. And what's going on with the fucking audio? Sorry. Trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe it's these headphones. Yeah, or, hold on. Okay. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Alright, so here are the people that have spoke out against Harvey Weinstein. Alright. Fuck! What's going on? Okay, I found out what the problem was, and it was just my iPad being stupid. But alright. Now let's get back to, yeah, I just had to pause it for a minute. You guys probably thinking, Tim, it sounds like you never left. Well, it's the brilliance of editing. Or recording on Spreaker, or however you want to put it. But, yeah, I'll get back to the article. And it's going to be a bit difficult for me to read because, like I said, I have had my wisdom tooth taken out. So just bear with me, but we'll get through it. Okay. Person number one to speak out against Harvey Weinstein, Emma Thompson. Now, everyone knows who Emma Thompson is. I don't even need to go into her I don't even need to go into her film history because everyone knows who she is. Alright. Here's what it says about her, and it says what she said. Okay. Thompson labelled... See, it's hard to read that because my last name is Thompson. My full name is Timothy James Thompson, and I go by the name Timmy James because it's the name I use when I do stand up, and it's stuck, so I thought I'll use it for the podcast as well. But yeah, so anyway, Thompson labelled Weinstein a predator in an interview with ABC Newsnight, and said she didn't know about the allegations against the movie mogul before they came to light in the New York Times. Now, I want to read this New York Times article and see who was the royal whistleblower. I'm not going to go off of that person. I'm actually going to thank him because, apparently this has been going on for a long time. But anyway, back to the whole Emma Thompson thing. I'll read it rough from the start. Thompson labelled Weinstein a predator in an interview with ABC Newsnight and said she didn't know about the allegations against the movie mogul before they came to light in the New York Times. And then here's what she said. I didn't know about these things, but they don't surprise me at all. And they're endemic to the system. The Oscar winner said. They're endemic to the system, the Oscar winner said. Alright. What I find sort of extraordinary is that this man is at the top of a very particular iceberg. You know, I don't think you can describe him as a sex addict. He's a predator. She also seemed to reference President Donald Trump saying saying this has been part of our world. Woman's world. Is it women's world? Woman's world. I'll just say women's world since time immemorial. Yeah, immemorial. See, I can't read these big words. I know People magazine's like this fancy magazine's it's been going for who knows how many years, but at least make it so people with speech impediments and people who can't read good, people who can't read well, make it so it's easier for them to read. And they've made the writing so small, I can't even expand it. I can't even zoom in. Oh, yes I can. I just zoomed in. Alright. Where were we? Women's world since time immemorial. So what we need to start talking about is the crisis in masculinity. The crisis of extreme masculinity. Which is the sort of behaviour and the fact that it is not only okay, but it is also represented by the most powerful man in the world at the moment. See, she's also taken a jab at Donald Trump. Because as we all know, that not only Donald Trump can't keep his mouth shut and keeps going on TV and being like, oh, Kim Jong-un, Rocket Man, calling him Rocket Man and shit. But yeah, there's also that thing that grab him by the pussy thing. Like, that wasn't nice at all. Alright. That Emma Thompson one's done. Now, Ryan Gosling. Now this one surprised me because, like, yes, I knew that Ryan Gosling would have met Harvey Weinstein some point in his career, but yeah. Anyway, on Twitter, Gosling, who starred in the Weinstein Company movie Valentine in 2010, announced the producer. Stop playing with your microphone, Tim. Announced the producer and gave support to the women who spoke out against him. Yeah, who spoke out against him. And then here's what he had to say. Like most people in Hollywood, I worked with him, and I am deeply disappointed in myself for being so oblivious to these devastating experiences of sexual harassment and abuse, he wrote. He is emblematic of a systematic problem. It's making that noise again. And should stand up with women and work together until there is real accountability and change. Oh, so he didn't really say much, but he said some good stuff. Alright. Now, Julia Roberts. Now, you know she would definitely worked with Weinstein on a few occasions. Because it's Julia fucking Roberts. She's like one of the most famous actresses in the world. Okay. In a statement to People, see, I'm reading this on people.com and she's like, oh, so this is directly from the, yeah, anyway. In a statement to People, Roberts spoke out about the Weinstein scandal. Yeah, alright. Roberts spoke out about the Weinstein scandal, saying that she hopes society will do better in standing up to those who commit sexual harassment and assault. A corrupt, powerful man wields his influence to abuse and manipulate women, she said. We've heard this infiltrating, heartbreaking story countless times before, and now here we go again. I stand firm in the hope that we will finally come together as a society to stand up against this kind of predatory behaviour, to help victims find their voices and their healing, and to stop it once and for all. Oh, good on you, Julia. Kate Beckinsale. Now, this is a big one. Oh, and she's actually one of the women who was actually... Oh, she was one of the ones who was harassed by him. Okay. I was just checking how much time I've got left. Alright. Here's what Kate Beckinsale had to say. The underworld star detailed her alleged experiences with Now here, I know they're only saying alleged because, like, nobody's actually proved it's true, but there's heaps of people that are coming out, like, with all these allegations and all that. Personally, I believe it. Alright, and I'll tell you guys why. Now, like I said previously, I'm a Kevin Smith fan. And Kevin Smith's first movie that he ever directed and wrote, I think it's the first movie he wrote, I don't know, but like he's written a ton, but yeah, his first movie that basically made him who he is today, Harvey Weinstein, and back then this is when he had Miramax. Him and his brother were at Miramax because they started a company. Harvey Weinstein brought the rights to Clerks. Now, like, not only brought the rights, but Miramax distributed it, and then the rest is history. Now, I read Kevin Smith's book, Tough Shit, and there's this interesting story that, like, I haven't got I listened to the audio book. I listened to the audio book because obviously, as you can hear, I can't read. Like, I can read, but I can't read. I can't read like long paragraphs and stuff that well. But yeah. So he. No, I won't tell the story because it's too long. I can't really remember it. Alright. Let's get back to the Kate Beckinsale thing because I just read a bit more of it and this is fucking interesting. Alright. The Underworld star detailed her own alleged experiences with Weinstein in an emotional Instagram post. She said that when she was 17, whoa, that's illegal in more ways than one. She met with the producer at the Savoy Hotel in London, thinking they'd meet in a conference room. Instead, she says she was directed up to his hotel room and then answered the door in a bathrobe. I was incredibly naive and young and it did not cross my mind that this older, unattractive man would expect me to have any sexual interest in him, she wrote. After declining alcohol and announcing that I had school in the morning, I left uneasy but unscathed. She says that years later Weinstein spoke to her about the past meeting and asked if he had tried anything. She says she says I realised he couldn't remember if he assaulted me or not. Beckinsale also says that turning down Weinstein professionally often ended in verbal abuse, and she felt hurt. She felt hurt professionally. Yeah, and she felt that hurt professionally. See, I can't read. I said no to him professionally many times over the years, and some of which ended up with him screaming at me, calling me a cunt, and making threats. See, now this is getting interesting because This is an actress talking about this huge movie producer. Not only that, she's using language and it's not being censored and it's in People magazine. Mind you, I'm reading it on the internet. I'm not actually reading a copy of People magazine because I don't have any money. Focus, Tim, focus. Yeah. I said no to him professionally over the years, some of which ended up with him screaming at me and calling me a cunt and making threats, she wrote. It speaks to the status quo in this business that I was aware that standing up for myself and saying no to things, while it did allow me to feel uncompromised in myself, undoubtedly harmed my career and was never something I felt supported by anyone other than my family. Annette Bening. Now this isn't that long. At the premiere of her new movie, Film Stars Don't Die at the BFI London Festival in Liverpool. Alright, Tim, be serious, come on. Benning told the UK's Press Association that she hopes that the Weinstein allegations will inspire change in Hollywood. Maybe it's a tipping point. That's my hope, that there is a real cultural shift, she said. According to the Birmingham Mail, I don't think it's going to be overnight, but there is a new and different understanding and awareness of what kind of behaviour means and for women to be able to stand up and be open. That takes such courage, and they deserve all the credit in this case. And in this case, I think the right thing is happening. I just hope it's opened awareness, maybe a little bit more, for people to understand how difficult it is when you're in that position as a woman, as a young woman, as a vulnerable woman, as a woman who needs a job. Now this is basically the stuff that I was saying before, like that I was talking about before. Now, Florence Darrell, I have no idea who this is. I might have seen her in a few movies, but I don't really know who she is. But anyway, this is what she said. There's a little article about what she said. In the mid-90s, Weinstein allegedly came onto French actress Darrell. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She says with his then wife Eve Chilton in the room next door at the Paris Ritz. Darrell claims he invited her up to his suite, and though Darrell was nervous, her agent encouraged her to go. Though at first they discussed business. Darrell says that Weinstein told her he wanted to have sex with her, implying that she needed needed to in order to work as an actress in the US. What the fuck? Like, see, this is exactly what I was talking about at the start of the podcast. What the fuck? How dare you, Harvey Weinstein? How fucking dare you? Oh, in order to be an actress in the US, you have to sleep with me. Fuck off. Like, I was in shock. Darrell told people. Now, I'm in shock too, Darrell. Darrell told people of the alleged incident. I was astonished when you have someone so physically disgusting in front of you, continuing as though this was perfectly normal. What happened to me may not be illegal, but it was inappropriate. Very inappropriate. Ooh, Tom Hanks. Now, I'm a huge Tom Hanks fan from way back. But anyway, that's beside the point. We're here to shed some light on this Harvey Weinstein thingy. Hanks hit back at Weinstein's original statement that he made after the publication of the initial bombshell report in the New York Times in a statement. Yeah. In a statement, Weinstein says that his behaviour was partially due to his time due to the time he grew up in. I came of age in the 60s and 70s. Alright. Take your pick, because, like, coming of age is basically it's basically another word for going through puberty, or he's probably talking about the age of consent and all that. And like saying, oh, I came of age in the 60s and 70s. Was it the 60s or the fucking 70s? Make up your fucking mind. Because it can't be both. Because if you came of age in the 60s and the 70s, that means you came of age twice. Like, what did you have, like a Groundhog Day thing for like that lasted a decade? Alright. Yeah. Alright. I came of age in the 60s and 70s when all the rules about behaviour and workplaces were different. That was the culture then. He said in a statement, I have since learned it's not an excuse in the office or out of it to anyone. Alright. Yes, you just told New York Times that, like, oh, it's not okay for this behaviour. Yes, you know that you made some horrible choices in your career. But yeah, it's just bullshit. What's a bit okay? Hanks, who is 4 years younger than Weinstein, said that he doesn't buy that. I never worked with Harvey, said Hanks, but it's all just sort of fits, doesn't it? isn't it part and partial to all society somehow that people in power get away with this? Look, I don't want to rag on Harvey, but obviously something went down there. You can't buy, oh well, I grew up in the 60s and 70s and so therefore I did too. Well, good on you, Tom. Good on you. Yeah. I've always liked Tom Hanks. I still do like Tom Hanks. I love him. He's like, I don't love him, but I love him as an actor. He's just amazing. Like, ever since Toy Story, I've been a huge fan of Tom Hanks. Alright. Now, here's Blake Lively's story. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, hold on, I'll just go. I'm about to run out of time. Alright. What I'll do is I'll make this a 2-part episode because I've got 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. So what I'll do is I'll make this a 2-part episode and I'll talk about the rest of the people who came out and spoke about Harvey in the next episode. But now, I've got to finish this up. So I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck, and we'll talk about this in the next episode. And I'm immediately going to start recording again after I stop recording this one. So it's not going to be like, oh, alright. Anyway, enough from me.
The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. The Timmy James Show. Yeah. 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 Come on. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. Timmy James Show. You hear what I'm I don't give a fuck. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck if I mention any name. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck about what you say. I'm Timmy James. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy James. I'm Timmy